All right.
Hi, Paul.
So we have a quorum. We'll call the meeting to order at 4:03. And we've got everybody on. Mary and Susan and Beth.
Yeah.
And our surprise guest is with us, Tamar. You're on mute.
Yes, are we still waiting for the select board or whoever it is to approve the other person from the housing authority so that I can be the member at large or whatever? Wait, how
Yeah,
long does
so
that take?
well, probably another 7 minutes because it's on the agenda, but it's the 13th on the agenda.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Can you hear me now?
I jumped ahead.
I wanted to get Tamar
Yeah, I
on.
ran into Taffy the other day. That's why I was asking.
she's,
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so Tamar, you've got the floor.
Yeah, can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
We can.
Great, fantastic. So Mary and I met briefly yesterday. I wanted to let you know that there's no problem at all with you guys not wanting to do a quote unquote house party. But I did want to make sure you got an update so when you're out and about in town, you could let people know what's going on with the property. It's very exciting. The basement walls are up and it's looking like a real building at this point. We are welcoming our first volunteer group, Rockland Trust, on Friday.
Yippee.
We have
That's
volunteer
great.
groups scheduled Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the entire month of July, with the exception of the holiday. But we're booked really through August and almost September now in terms of our volunteer time. But in the absence of a volunteer coordinator, who we are in the midst of hiring, if you know of anyone who wants to work at Habitat, we are hiring a new volunteer and community relations coordinator. Let people know that we are. It's on our website. We're just starting construction. It's just very exciting. Mary thought you guys might want some language about engaging the people that you guys know, whether they want to donate or not. I'm not looking necessarily for big donors. You don't have to have $10,000, $1,000, $500. I'm really willing to talk to anybody. So when you're out and about and you're sharing how excited you are about the project, you could just say, hey, if you guys want to learn more, Tamar from Habitat's happy to talk to you about what's going on. And you could give them my card, my email address, my phone number, or you could just say to me, hey, I just talked to Joe when I was out and about. He's interested in learning more, and I'll call him. But we are still looking for donors, still looking for in-kind gifts. Mary and I also talked about that. It's probably best at this point, if you know of someone who might be a good candidate for an in-kind gift, to talk to me first. There's just a lot of specs that we have to make sure are the right specs for the house. So rather than ask for a cabinet or something like that, we have to know what kind of cabinet it is, what it's made of. Does it match the other cabinets in the house? Does it match the other cabinets the other unit is getting? But I'm out and about looking for everything right now. But it's exciting. The project is starting. I think that kind of the major gift prospects I was looking at, kind of post-gala last year, that kind of fell away because of the construction delays. We'll be very excited to see what's going on now. I will be offering tours, although right now it's just a box of cement. But it's just an exciting time. Right now, I'm actually in the parking lot of Stop and Shop in Cohasset. I'm picking up some gift cards they're donating to make sure our volunteers have water and ice and snacks. So we are going to be starting to look for what we were calling Cookie Crew to bring snacks. We're now calling them Break Buddies because it doesn't have to be cookies. If someone wants to participate that way, you just drop by the site at 10:30 with a break, and then great way to get involved as well if you don't want to swing a hammer.
Awesome.
I just want to, this is Mary. I just want to add to that. On the in-kind stuff, Tamar pointed out to me, there are some things that, you know, we're not going to need right away and there's no storage for them. So, you know, stuff like flooring that's going in at the last minute, you know, they can't accept today. But if you're talking to somebody and you think they're a good candidate, say, you know, we're looking at some stuff down the line when the house gets more finished. So not looking for in kind right now, but, you know, the promise of something that we can use in the future, it would be really helpful.
Yeah, good point, Mary. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, as you know, the footprint is very, very small. And that's even a note for the garden club. It's going to be a bit, I think no one really expected to kind of see the quote unquote lawn. I think there'll be some room for some nice bushes right out in front, but it's not like they're going to need a lawnmower or, you know, anything like that. And conservation is involved on the site. They do want to see some sort of rain garden in the front of the house.
Oh,
So there's not going to be all that much space, but as we learn more, I just found out about the rain garden last week. And I don't know if that looks like a basin or what that looks like, but you know, I think, you know, any donations that we get from Kennedy, it's not going to take much to make that space full of flora and flora. I guess it's the flora. I was going to say flora and fauna, but one is animals and one is plants. But you know what I'm talking about.
I have a couple of questions. Does the rain garden have to be, do you know, as far as conservation is concerned, have to be in the location where it was located on that sketch that I got from Maureen, I guess it was?
Yeah, I believe any sketches you have, that's probably where it needs to be.
Okay. And a couple of other questions, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I'm now again, after haven't been on it for 3 years, but I'm back again on the outreach committee for the Hingham Congregational Church, and I'm the liaison with Habitat. So I said I would take the lead with this project, and our church already donates as part of our outreach budget.
Yes, you do. Yes, I appreciate that.
So can we come up with at least one, if not more, dates to have volunteers on site and not have to do an additional donation since we're already donating?
I'm sure we could work that out, Susan.
Okay.
And as you know, generally for faith-based groups, it's a $500 fee, but your donations have well been beyond then. So
yeah, we've been donating more than that already.
I'm happy to set up a day
To
for
waive
you
that. Okay. And the woman who's in charge of our faith building, whatever, who deals with our youth group is also interested in having kids participate in some, or wanting to find out if kids can participate. I know that anyone under 16 is not allowed to use a power tool because remember that.
No one under 18 can use a power tool.
Oh, 18, sorry.
Yeah, no one under the age of 16 can even step on site.
Okay. But the kids, younger kids could, like you said, do snacks and bring some kind of.
They could do snacks. Unfortunately, during a working site, they can't even deliver the snacks. But
they can't.
I mean, I could pick up the snacks from them.
Can they deliver it to the yard? Just deliver it to the yard, and then somebody takes it from there, and then they don't come.
Yes, they could go up to the construction fence, but they cannot enter the construction area.
Okay, all right. Well, that's fine. I will let them know that, and then so we will definitely plan on at least one, if not more, build dates.
Yeah.
So
So I'll just remind you again that it's 10 people. It's 8:30 to 3:30. We do like people to stay all day just because you kind of get into the rhythm of things and it's a wonderful experience. And then right now we're building Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, but that of course can change.
Okay,
But,
and
but
just,
to just give me a call, I'll get you guys on the calendar.
okay. And just to give you an update, I did hear back from Hingham Lumber about the bathroom
Okay.
vanity. And she said she has presented it. And, they're asked, I requested the vanities. So that's for both, all the bathrooms,
Both
plus
units, yep.
plus the countertop and the sinks. So I don't
Great.
know. We're still waiting to get an answer. That's what
Okay,
I
and
was
when
gonna
you
try.
say she, is it Jennifer?
No, it's a woman who's in the bath department.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so
And,
she's
and just
who I gave
let
it
me
to.
know as soon as possible, because we do want to also ask them for windows, but if they donate the vanities, maybe I'll have to look somewhere else
Okay,
for
okay.
windows.
And I still have a request in to our construction guy who does all the work in here and does the painting in our 100 Pond Street development
Huh?
to ask them
Okay,
to do some painting when it comes time for painting.
okay, that'd be great.
I'm still waiting to hear on that too. But anyway, I just wanted to give you an
Okay.
update. So the dates are
thank-
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 8 to 3:30. Is that what you said?
8:30 to 3:30, but
Oh,
yeah.
8:30. Okay, 8:30 to 3:30. And it's 10 people.
Yep,
Okay.
correct.
And the snacks would be 10:30.
Around that, yes.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to Victoria's this week to see if we could work out a discount for them to arrange lunches.
Good.
Yeah. If there's any
Okay.
other restaurants that you guys could think of, let me know. I just think that's the most convenient.
Sure.
Someone told me that Dylan's is good too. There's
The
like
piece-
Dylan,
place Dylan's. It's right
Okay.
around the corner down.
all right,
in-
I'll check that out.
But,
Yeah, he's
if
right
we-
in Hull. Yeah, right next to the liquor store.
Great, great.
Yeah, we might want to approach some Cohasset places though, because since it officially is in Cohasset.
Well, the
It is, but
eatery, the eatery's right next door. They got teriyaki wings. Victoria's is across the street. I would recommend the Chicken
Yeah.
1000.
Thank you. And yeah, so I'm gonna get to know the area a little bit. I'm spending some time in Hull this summer, so I plan on learning the community a little bit more.
Yeah, I think you'll get even more volunteers now that there's really something to see that there's progress.
I absolutely agree with you. It's very, very exciting. I am posting 3 or 4 times a week once Sherry sends me the updated photos, but they are getting quite a bit of views now that we're actually building, which is nice.
Yeah, I
Didn't you
actually saw the building inspector on Monday, and he said he had been down to the site too.
Oh,
Great.
right.
I would ask you if you guys are on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, if you see something from Southfield Habitat, please like it or comment on it. It just increases our visibility with the algorithms and things like that. Share it with your friends and encourage them to follow us as well.
And the
Awesome.
dates for volunteering were Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but it was just Friday and Saturday. And then wasn't there some certain day of the week also, like the third?
Yes, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the 4th and possibly 5th Tuesday if there's 5 Tuesdays. So we're trying to give Sherry a weekend, at least one
Okay, got
weekend to herself.
Okay.
But Chris, our other site manager, is so excited to start. He'll be there with Sherry because usually there are 2 supervisors, for 10 because it's 1 supervisor per 5 people. So people
Good.
will learn new skills. They'll have a great day. We have T-shirts. Yeah, it's just a great day.
And you're already full through August, do you think?
We have a couple of days in August. We're definitely full through July. I might have the
Okay.
31st available still, if that makes 30
Okay.
days. I might have the last slot in July open. But ooh, yeah, it's a 911 update.
Right. Sorry, I can't turn it off.
No one can, or it's all of us,
Okay,
which is really cool, I think, but kind of scary.
it is. All right, thanks, Tamara.
Does anyone else have any questions?
No, I think I'm good.
I
Oh, Paul-
appreciate all of your support as always.
Paul, did you have any luck with St. Anthony's?
Actually, I have a scheduled call with Jim Flanagan later in the week, so
Great,
we were gonna on it to see what we can do.
terrific.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Tamar.
Awesome. Thank you guys. I'll
Thank
talk
you.
to you next time you guys meet, I guess. Thank you.
Okay, awesome.
And Susan, please reach out when you're ready.
Okay, great. I will, as soon as I hear anything back.
Yep, you got it. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. That was a great update finally.
Exciting,
Yeah.
it's happening.
Had a lot of administrative conversations over at Habitat, so now that they're actually moving right along and John had, when I saw the building inspector, he said he was on site, looks like it was moving pretty good,
Yeah.
so
It's exciting.
yeah, no, I'm happy about it. So all right, so that's our our general updates. I don't know if or you have anything more to add to the Habitat stuff?
Nope, I don't think so. As I said, we went over a few things yesterday and I got my main questions answered. And I think, at this point, we're moving along, and if anybody has anything or needs anything, and I'm happy to be the liaison with Habitat and, to let me know if there's anything that you can suggest or, want to have happen. I know, even though there are teams that are doing the volunteer work, there are also, if anybody who's an individual wants to volunteer, we can contact Tamara and she'll just put somebody on a team as backup or whatever.
That's terrific. Awesome.
Well, how much does an individual have to pay if they're doing it not as part of the team? Do you know that?
I don't think they do. I think it's free for an individual, but I'm not.
What
I
Beth?
think that
it's
was
free?
in my minutes from last meeting.
It's
Yeah.
free. Yeah. Yeah.
Is
I
it-
was.
What do they
right.
try and get,
No
like
charge
2,500?
for individuals.
Yes.
How much?
Oh, for who? It's no charge for individuals. It was 500 for sports teams, she said.
Okay,
And
okay.
2,500 for like company teams.
corporations, yeah.
So they're full till almost the end of July. That's all. That's almost 20 grand that they're making off of this so far. So that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's mostly a lot of corporations, a lot of their
Yeah.
Habitat's general sponsors in the South Shore, Citizens
Yeah.
Bank,
Yep.
all those guys, we see those commercials all the time, people doing for the good commercials that everyone has now. So there's always volunteers out doing something. So that's great. A lot of corporations are doing that now. And it's
Well, I
working
had even approached Quigley and the fire chief, whose name I've forgotten, used to be Silva, but I don't remember the new one.
Dockery.
About having them have some teams to go over and do a volunteer day. And they were very receptive to that idea. Now, I don't know if she would require them to pay. I wouldn't think so, but
well, volunteer thing is kind of a tool to get donations,
yeah.
So
Yeah, but it's also a way for the town staff to be supportive of what we're doing.
oh sure.
I can check back with her about that. That's certainly a question I can ask.
Okay.
If we
I
could get
know.
them.
Charge them.
Awesome. All right, so That would be our subcommittee update, because I don't know that we have any other subcommittee updates.
Great.
Housing development sites. Let me get to the next one instead, because Susan, you mentioned you had to leave at 4:30.
Well, yeah, soon.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump over to the letter to the select board.
Mhm.
So that was submitted, and I copied Cassandra on that, so I would assume you received it. And it did go to Tracy Connors and Megan James and Cassandra. And I talked to the town manager's office today. They're working on putting a schedule together. The town hall is closed tomorrow for the federal holiday. And so hopefully on Thursday, I hear back from them. I called one of the select board members to say, hey, you've had none of this on any of the agendas. And there's basically only one Tuesday left before July 1.
Oh,
So they've got to kind of give the blessing to the whole town at once, I think is what their plan was. And
Yeah, that's what Taffy told me, but Paul, I didn't see an email from you.
no, so I don't send it to the board because then it's a quorum. Right? So,
Oh, I thought you asked me, did I see it? No, I haven't seen it.
oh, I didn't ask you if you saw it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I
No,
misunderstood.
I asked Cassandra saw it.
Oh, sorry. You were asking her. I thought you were talking that to me.
Oh,
Since
no,
I
no.
had raised it earlier as a question. Okay, sorry.
Yes, I did see it. Sorry, I was multitasking.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah. So, yeah, so I went to Tracy Connors, copied Cassandra, and copied Megan James. She's a kind of one of these unique titles for the town. Besides HR, she's also community development director. I don't know what that is, but so I went to her as well. And when I talked to the select board member today, there's a lot of committees that have people that are up for reappointment. And if memory serves me correctly, I believe it was last year, they didn't schedule it in time. And everybody went into July wondering, are we allowed to have meetings or not? And the town clerk kind of waved the magic wand for a month and said, yes, you can. They did some sort of extension. And then the select board finally got around to approving everybody. So hopefully that's not the case again this year, but I suspect there should be nothing on that agenda on the, if they are meeting on the 25th, they didn't even post it. Usually their agenda says, here's when we think our next meeting will be, which they hadn't done. So, yeah, we'll wait and see, if they post anything by Thursday. Usually they don't post, I think, until Friday. Friday's a half a day, so I'll try and find out to see if we're going to be there. So the letter basically, I took the original letter that states who we are and how we're made up, changed it to 5 instead of 7. And within those 5, it's a housing authority position and an elder affairs board position, and then 3 citizen at large.
Okay.
So right now, Mary and I are citizen at large, and Beth is elder affairs, and Susan technically was sworn in as housing authority. So the letter is requesting Fred to be appointed to the housing authority and Susan
Right.
to be appointed to the open seat for citizen
At
at
large.
large. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like 3 transactions for us, right? They have to approve the restructure letter
The number, right?
of the 2 vacant seat appointments, which are both up in we're all up in 2025.
Okay.
Then they have to appoint everybody all at one time. for a 3-year seat. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. So that's where we are on those items that were kind of open issues. I don't know. I do some development sites I can go over with you as well. So I don't know if you guys had anything else, any updates or anything like that you wanted to go over before Susan heads out.
Should we approve the minutes while she's still here, or?
Oh,
we
yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Let's approve the minutes. Good idea. I forgot about that because it's down at the bottom. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you,
I
Mary.
wasn't at that meeting, so I guess we were in California then, so I can't.
Oh, that's right. That's fine. Yep. Awesome. The next meeting we do have is July 16th, so hopefully everyone can make it.
Yep.
And then, once a
Oh,
year,
actually, I can't make July 16. We're on a plane flying home from Paris that day. So
oh, wow.
Wow.
You going to do the
about that, but-
Olympics?
no, we're going to Normandy since this is the 80th of the D-Day invasion. And we went there 40 years ago when it was the 40th. So now we're gonna go to
Wow.
Paris and then do a river cruise up to Normandy to go to the cemeteries and just visit that whole site.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Michael's been a big World War II history buff, so.
Yeah. So. The other, I don't know, Cassandra, if you want to do it for like the 23rd.
Yeah,
If that's-
I'm available then if you want, but or you can do it without me, whichever.
It depends if Fred gets appointed, we'll be fine.
I could do the 23rd. That's fine.
Okay, let's do the 23rd. Thanks. Awesome.
Okay, great.
All right, I'll put it down for the 23rd and then, what's it again? 4 p.m. And then, once a year, we need to, but according to town bylaws, elect or re-elect a chairman. So, we can do that at the July meeting. And, if anyone would like to be chairman, please let me know. We can put your name into the nomination.
Paul, I would recommend that if you're going to add that additional member from the housing authority, that you do the reorganization after they join. That very well could be at the July meeting, but pending if it's not, I would recommend just waiting.
Waiting then, okay,
Good
yeah.
idea.
They're here.
Yeah, I
That
like
way
that,
you
yeah.
have everybody's voice.
Okay,
Input,
yeah,
right.
I figured, I just assumed he would be appointed by then, but.
I would also assume that would be the case, but you never
Yeah.
know.
We'll
I
see how
know.
this summer goes. I'm going to sign off.
Okay.
Bye, everybody. I'll
Okay,
see you in
that's-
July. Have a good
All right.
week.
Have a
Good
great
month.
trip.
Hey, safe
Thank you
trip,
very
yeah.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Vive la France. All right, so we'll wait till Fred is officially on board and then we'll go ahead and pick a
Yeah.
chairman. So if anyone would like to be chair, if we want to rotate chair once a year, we can do that too. Whatever you guys want to do. I'd be happy to keep doing it. But I'd like to do it. We can also talk about maybe somebody else taking minutes. We can certainly do that. So yeah, we can talk about that the next meeting. So really the last thing that I have is I was asked by the Housing Trust to take a look at some properties that we think are potential turnover to the trust and maybe explore housing opportunities. And there's 2 areas that I'm very familiar with. Church on, which is at the end of Evergreen. And there's another There's access from 3A as well on town-owned property.
Oh, I didn't know there was.
Yeah, it's roughly about 7 acres. I got to get the count on it and kind of go through it one more time. And it butts not the Dairy Hill, but the Osgood School.
Mhm.
That was a piece, didn't Clark keep talking about that one? Back in-
I've been talking about it for years. I mean, I think we can put 6 houses back there.
Wow.
And I've got to talk to Brian Joyce about the other property because I thought it was dedicated to DPW, but I'm not sure. I just have to double check. But
The Evergreen one? Or the-
yeah, well, what's kind of funny is so Evergreen kind of curls around to the Osgood School,
Oh, okay.
but there's a direct easement from 3A on the south side of Stop and Shop and in between the guy who owns the Hingham Lumber's house.
Okay.
There's a road that goes back, and then there's a huge couple of acres that open up there, and they also abut the acreage at the end of Evergreen.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of 2 different lots, but they're both owned by the town that could have some potential. When I talked to the building inspector, my recommendation was to do like a 40R where you had properties that were like, I got to look at the 40R again. I think it was like 800 to 1,200 square feet homes or square
Yeah.
foot homes. So I thought that would be kind of ideal for that area where they're
Great.
smaller. They won't be, real big or anything like that. So I think the folks in the neighborhood area would appreciate something that wasn't, crazy. I know that area pretty well. I think, Mary, you live up in that area.
I used to go to Reggie's Pond when I was a kid.
There you go. And so some small Cape houses or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just kind of an idea. But the other property is the Esposito. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to call it up so you guys can see it. I don't know. Let me see it here. If I go back to, I'm
I
going
go
to
by
try.
it all the time.
Paul, while you're doing that, I'm in a few minutes going to make you a host of this meeting because I have to get to the post office before they close.
Oh, okay.
just
We're
so you
almost done. You mean today?
Yes, I mean today.
Okay.
And I think they close at 5. That's why I'm gonna head out in a
Yeah.
minute.
Okay. I'm going to, go
So
ahead.
the meeting can still go. You'll just be the host, but I just wanted to let you know that I'll just sign off while you're discussing.
Okay. And then what do I need to do? Just X out of everything?
Yep, you can just as you would hit at the bottom, it'll say end in the red box instead of leave.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
So it's very simple, but I just wanted to give you the heads up.
Okay. Thank you so much, Cassandra.
Absolutely. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Yeah. Well, hey, have a great 4th of July weekend. We got,
Oh, you too.
yeah, because I know I'm going to assume everyone in the world is closed on Friday, right? Because 4th of July is actually Thursday. So it's like a 4-day weekend.
Okay.
Town hall actually will be open.
Oh, of course. No PTO.
No.
All right. So this is Esposito property as a whole. Okay, this is where the little garden shop was. The town bought this land when they shut down for I think $500,000 or $600,000. They wanted to put a police and fire station here. High school is right up here. This is Pond Street and 3A.
Yep.
So as you're looking at the screen, to the left is Stop and Shop, to the right is Shaw's. This is called 585 CJC. And then when you say, oh, can I build on it? And they're like, oh, let me look at the wetlands. This is what it looks like with the wetlands thrown in there.
Yeah.
A
So,
lot.
right. But there are in these gray areas where it's not blue wetlands, you can build. And just specifically when I was going through this with the building inspector, What's in our favor is the property already has septic.
Oh, okay.
So it's already set up for a house because the building that's there had a full bathroom and a little kitchenette.
Yeah.
And, so
Is it
and that's been there since
usable?
1969.
A 1969 septic?
Yeah, that's when the septic got put in. Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing.
So are they saying or that it's usable? Or
He's
are they
like-
just saying there's a location for it?
Yeah, he's saying, I think you can put one of those small houses here, and I think you can put one or two over here and connect it to the same septic. So
Oh, okay.
he suggested that. I'm like, what?
That's
Uh,
crazy.
Yeah, no, on the back side of it where it's King Street, you can get onto the property here and maybe put one or two small houses back in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was supposed to present this to the trust. They ended up canceling their meeting last week. But I did send it to the chairman, and he wants to go over it with me as soon as he gets back. So I suspect it'll be later this week.
So I had a thought, it's kind of innovative, but to see if maybe we could get a Harvard Design School or some school with a class to have a project or a competition to figure out for us what would work there, and
Yeah.
whether we offer $100 reward for a competition or it becomes a project, because it just seems to me it's a great challenge, to find what's going to work with this. And if we could get some, free help and innovative help, and we're not in a huge rush, it could be a, first semester next year project maybe, and have an answer by Christmas.
Yeah, it'll take that long to think about transferring the land.
Yeah. But
it's
I mean,
it's all owned by the town. We know that. So the question, then we would have to have it transferred to the trust like we did Mill Lane.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
But I
as you
just
can
meant-
see, you
I
see
just
right
meant
here,
rather-
there's a house right here, and it directly touches the blue.
oh
You
yeah.
know, so these houses right here, they're all in that little scallop of wetlands area too. So it can be done. But like you said, we
Yeah,
just
but
need.
Paul, also those were probably built a long time ago before anyone cared that you were near the wetlands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all grandfathered
That's
in,
what the big
probably.
bugaboo is these days. Half the houses in town probably wouldn't have been built if we're going by the current
Yeah,
conservation rules.
yeah, that's true.
So that's where the whole holdup is, honestly, that, there's no common sense or compromising on a lot of this.
So what
stuff.
you can't build a foundation within 50 feet, right?
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay.
And the current conservation person is, really pushing all this drainage and rain gardens. Like she said, oh, I have to do a rain garden over in front of Jerusalem Road, the project. The
Yeah,
drainage.
forget the fact that it was a 200-year-old home, with God knows what in the ground from years of oil tanks.
Well,
Oh,
the house, the old antique store burned down there, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm like, we're taking something that was probably not environmental friendly to something that is, and they want to push the boundaries on you. Yeah, it's just a little frustrating to say the least. But we should have sold Tamar. She's gonna have to go to Hull to get bottled water for the volunteers.
Not
Because
till January 1st.
Hingham and Cohasset no longer sell it. I don't know when our law goes into effect. I suspect September. Because they have to give people time to.
I think they said January 1st.
Oh, January 1st. Okay, yeah,
Like that.
that's interesting. Yeah. So that's this property that I think, if we're gonna go to war, this would be the one to, we prove that we can do it, because there really aren't too many abutters that are gonna complain unless they're back here somewhere, but they already abut wetlands.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
think that,
I think those people that are coming in off of King Street, I don't think it would impact them so much. I think the other
You're right.
fight, the people on the left side there might be a little, trying to
Yeah.
think which that is.
yeah, so we wouldn't be able to do anything on this lot because that's all wetlands.
Yeah.
Then you go to the next lot in and you can have,
So it
you
would
can,
just be really a driveway going in. Those people
Yeah.
probably don't even see anything.
yeah. Yeah, I'd like to really look into the 40R thing because I think, having the smaller size homes actually would benefit this property. I don't know if you had a 2,500 square foot home here, if that would be the challenge with the wetlands as opposed to, let's say, a 1,200 square foot home. So we'll just have to figure that part of it out. I can always ask people
Some,
like Clark Bluer, who are kind of familiar because he's on the planning board, he knows conservation, plus he was on our housing committee when we first started.
Yeah.
See what he thinks.
yeah, and he's the huge cluster zoning guy, like the little mini houses and stuff was his pet, remember?
Yeah, he and I kind of got into that early on with the 40R because behind the music circus is like 7 or 8 acres.
Yeah.
9 acres, something like that, and that would really favor the 40R stuff.
Hmm.
So that's that property, and I think it'd be worth, getting a few people to say, hey, let's take a look at it. The
Yeah, it
town-
would be fun to go in and try to figure out where the sites are.
So
The only thing is, cause where the garden place was, yeah, you could develop that. Okay, cause there's already,
septic, yeah.
egress, the cuts in the road. For
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
I know I was involved with when somebody spun off a lot. They owned it from King Street. They spun off one that fronted on Chief Justice Christian Highway, and it was very tricky they ended up having to piggyback on someone else's driveway because the state was like,
Yeah, they won't allow any more curb cuts.
let anybody in and out.
Yeah. Well, here's what I know is the town already confirmed that it was a buildable lot because they bought it. And they bought it because they were going to build a
Yeah,
first responder station there. So they basically have already stated it's buildable.
Yeah,
They wouldn't have purchased it for that use, so I'm just curious to what they thought was buildable. If it was maybe closer to this lot right here
yeah,
was maybe where they were going to put the building, and just tie into the septic. But anyway, so they've already demonstrated through their transactions that this is a good lot.
yeah.
So we could take them for their word and bring it to the next level.
so how does the development process work? Do we do an RFP for the property and someone comes in and does the engineering and environmental and design stuff? And we don't have to, we're kind of hands off at that point, or?
Yeah, so the way it would work is, the land would be legally transferred to the trust. So now it's all about housing.
Mhm.
They would go out for bid and an RFP like they did for 808.
Okay,
Someone would bid on, buying the land and building 1 home, 2 homes, 3 homes, whatever
Got
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
And they would go to whatever the highest bidder, or it doesn't have to go to the highest, but it has to go to whatever best fits the property
Okay.
use. And just like Habitat, they would go through the building permitting process and all the other
Mhm.
stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Heather Drive or Mill Lane, but something is.
Hmm.
So I don't
Did
know. if one of
they
the-
put them out to people, or did people get
Yeah.
them?
Yeah, so it might be Heather Drive. I don't know, maybe one of the neighbors is buying the lot and keeping it vacant, you know, I don't know if it was buildable or not.
But
Yeah,
I figured the Heather Drive one was gonna be a challenge.
Yeah.
But the whole point was it didn't have to be, it's just if someone does pay almost market value for it, then it just benefits the trust, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be used for affordable. It could be a fundraising thing for the trust.
right, right.
Yeah, which is probably the best use for that, because,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah, I
Mill
mean,
Lane,
the more cash they can build up outside of CPC money, the better we are, you know?
and even Mill Lane, somebody might pay more than you think for that. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
so I'm not sure where they are on those two, you know, they're trying to wrap up the project on Elm Street with that condo.
Yeah.
Remodeling and get that thing occupied and off their books. You know, those guys are mostly bankers over there and they're just looking to get that one done. So that's where we are. If you want, I can try and show you the other property real quick. Let's see. Evergreen Lane. Okay, can you see Evergreen Lane
Oh,
now?
yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
so if you see my little mouse moving around, this is the dead end Evergreen Lane.
Yeah.
Mary's over here somewhere. I highlighted this in yellow here. Just to give you an idea of the dry land. This is the wetlands that are there.
Yeah.
This is that funky property that has the 3A access to it
Yeah,
here. And so that's the one I'm trying to figure out. This is Cook Estates up here.
Yeah.
It's Stop and Shop right here on this whole area.
oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, see this huge lot right here?
Mhm.
So that's the guy that owns Hingham Lumber.
Oh.
And if it was hooked up to sewer, you know, he theoretically could put 6 houses on his lot.
Hmm.
But he ended up building that big barn. And he inquired about hooking up to sewer, but then just decided not to, I guess. Because there's sewer that runs now from here down to Veteran Station, which is right about here.
Oh,
And so Mary's whole
Thank
neighborhood.
God. Yep.
Yeah.
They had the Seward pumper for my 5th birthday, and all my little friends were watching them, and I was heartbroken looking out at having nobody paying attention to me. So
Yeah.
nobody was happier to pay the betterment fee than I was when I bought this house.
Yeah, yeah,
Our backyard used to be a swamp. Oh,
yeah, yeah. It's a low-lying area too for water, but so these are the two properties.
great.
There's something funky about this. I don't know what it is. And then this is just all the land to the Osgood. So,
Mm.
I mean, if you look at these little houses here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 5. So if we just ran 5 over here and 5 over here, there's 10 right there. And if we,
Wow.
you know, if they deed restrict them and zone them as only like say 40 R, so they're 1,200 square feet, you'd have, you know, 10 capes.
Yeah.
So what the building inspector liked was I don't know the name of the street, but it's off of Beechwood across from directly across from the Walgreens right there. There's like 5 capes on that.
Oh, yeah. Kendall Green.
no, the other one that's behind Walgreens, that's the one you mean?
No, across from it on Beechwood. If you're going up Beechwood, it would be on the right-hand side.
Going
Yeah,
up.
Yeah.
I think it's Kendall Green.
Yeah, Walgreens is on your left, the street is on your right.
There's a street there?
Yeah, it's a cul-de-sac. It has like 5 houses on it.
Well, yeah,
all-
that's the Kendall Village, so
Oh.
that's like a little condo.
Oh, they're
That's-
condos.
That's condos.
Okay.
They're condos, they're single family condos, houses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
so how
little,
big are those? Are those 1,400 square feet maybe?
they're a little more,
Yeah, maybe 15,
Hmm.
18.
more like,
I didn't know there were condos. Yeah.
oh yeah, one just sold for like 825.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he thought something that size would be appropriate for these areas. So,
Mhm.
but we can certainly look into it. So these are the two I sent over to the Housing Trust.
Great. Thank you.
So
Right.
yeah. And it's funny because when I mentioned to the woman who's heading up Habitat, excuse me, I said, you still haven't been to CPC to request money for getting the trust having the money, money as well. And she said she wanted to kind of hold that chip because they want to do other properties in town.
Oh,
So
Huh.
I said, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I guess we don't have to help with fundraising then.
yeah. So that's kind of where we are with everything. I don't know if you guys have anything else.
no,
Not me.
those are both intriguing.
Yes.
Yeah. I figured,
The track
we'll,
at King Street, I'll have to figure out where that space is that you could get in from.
yeah.
I go up and down there at least,
Yeah.
4 times a day.
Oh yeah. That's why I said to Roberta, I don't know why we have a freezer because we go to Stop and Shop almost every day. I'm like, she's yeah.
Right.
All right. So if that's all we have, our next meeting would be July 23rd.
Right.
We talked at that time. If Fred's available, getting everyone onboarded and then going through what we are. And then if we want to take August off and regroup in September, that's what we
Okay.
do at Elder Affairs. So that's kind of my vote.
Okay.
I think that Tamara can handle the volunteer schedule apparently very well without us.
Yep.
So, we were going to keep meeting because this was going to turn into a little more action on that property. So, but they seem to have their corporate,
Yeah.
Yeah. Piece of it. Yeah.
sponsor tools already in place. So, that's awesome. So,
Sounds good to me.
all right. So
Great.
I heard Mary give me a motion to adjourn.
I did.
I second it.
All right. Awesome. Well, listen,
Thank-
thanks, everyone. Have a great 4th of July.
You too.
Yeah.
Are you heading
Yeah.
out on your vacation?
No, we just had racing in Pittsburgh. That was my
Ah,
days.
that's-
Yeah.
That's where
And-
my conference. Where do you race?
So this was Pittsburgh International Raceway, which was north of Pittsburgh.
Ah.
And then when we got off the track at 4 o'clock on Saturday, the two boys and myself, we drove 2 hours to Cleveland to have dinner at my brother's house.
Ah.
It was his family, and we were in the Marine Corps together.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes. So then the blessing of having children that drive is I sat in the back seat and he drove the 2 hours. Yeah.
That is that when you get hit that point, like, okay, you take a shift. That's good.
Yeah. So I got to enjoy my adult beverage at my brother's house. Now,
Even
Very
better.
then I got this terrible cold, and I'm convinced I got it from the airplane on the way home because
Oh yeah.
I'd been sick for like,
Absolutely. Those are Petri dishes.
oh my
Oh.
goodness, So
But it was worth
Yeah.
it.
yeah, it was worth it. So yeah, 4th of July weekend, we're looking forward to it. Just hanging out in Cohasset. My brother's got the boat in the harbor and over on Parker.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Yeah. So we'll do that and hopefully enjoy some time on the
Yeah,
weekends.
it's coming up fast, isn't it?
I know. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Enjoy your heat wave.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
having
you,
air
guys.
conditioning. I'm having air conditioner delivered hopefully tomorrow.
Ah,
Oh,
good for you.
yeah, I gotta put mine in the windows like right now.
Oh, we had them. They were full of mold. They're old. I'm like, all right. So
I'm
by the way,
hoping, I'm hoping mine are good because I haven't even looked at them yet.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. So GE came out with a new air conditioner that's like a upside down U shape,
Oh,
and it goes in the window and it drops down it drops down onto the windowsill.
oh,
So you
nice.
can close your windows
So
down,
that's a better design.
and it's only like an inch open on there. And what's
Oh.
important is that, yeah, so the motor side is really outside, so the wall buffers the noise.
Very
Awesome.
good.
Oh, I might have to look into that. Where'd you find
Yeah,
it?
well, they have it at Lowe's. I ordered them on Amazon, and then Amazon's like, "Oh, we'll deliver July 16th." I'm like, forget about that. So I'm trying to cancel that. I found them at Lowe's. They had them in stock, I think, in Kingston.
Okay.
I would
Did-
recommend it. It's the
Did you get
GE.
your veterans discount?
I think it's called Clearview.
Called
Did you
what?
get a,
Or something like that. Yeah, there's two other kinds that you can close the window down on in the middle, but they don't adjust. The GE one, you adjust it to the thickness of your house.
oh, cool.
The other
All
ones
right,
you can't. The other ones you can't adjust. You lay it like it's flat this way, and then there's a U this way, so the window comes down. But this one hangs over and down, which is the best way to go.
Okay.
So they must have a patent on it. So the other ones are the opposite. Where it
Oh.
has to lay flat like you normally would put an air conditioner in, and then the window closes halfway through it. So, but
Oh.
but the house blocks the noise. Yeah,
Thank you for the
That's great.
skinny. Yeah, I can't stand how noisy they are even. So.
yeah, that was our problem too. It's like, I have a hard time hearing to begin with, and then, I got the TV up because the air conditioner's on, and she's yelling at me to turn everything down, and I can't. I'm like, I can't win. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take pictures of it. I'll let you know how it goes. But
Oh, okay. Yeah.
you
That'd
should
be
look into
awesome.
it. It's called, I think they call them Clearview or something like that.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, because you can look out more of your window.
They're not this big instruction. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it's a little video on how it assembles and goes together, that kind of thing. So,
You know,
It-
Paul, that you get a 10% discount at Lowe's for veterans.
yeah. So I
Okay,
yeah, I
Okay.
put that on my
good.
I clicked all that other stuff when I went on there. So I between AAA and the VA stuff, that's what I'm
Yep.
click on first.
I
Yeah,
always forget to say it, and then my neighbor will say, "Oh, I got this discount here," and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I can't start
Yeah.
remembering."
yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah.
So,
All right.
All
thank
right,
you.
We'll see,
guys.
see
Good
you
to see
around
you.
town.
You're
right.
authorized to end now.
Yes, we are. Thank you.
All righty. Take
All right.
care.
All right,
Thanks,
bye.
everybody. Bye.